Today we are going to need a blanket or a bolster and a block. These props are always optional. I just feel like they make practice so much easier. So if you have them, grab them, or if you want to use a cushion, you can. So we'll start sitting on that cushion or blanket, and we'll take the feet wide into a straddle. And just notice how you feel here. Take the feet wide enough to where you feel some sensation, just a mild sensation here on the inner thighs. And today I'm going to be talking about the governing vessel and the conception vessel. We didn't spend a whole lot of time on these channels in my training, and I'll read you a little paragraph out of this book that kind of explains a little bit more about them. So basically, the governing vessel runs, make sure I'm not showing anything, down, it runs from the perineum up the back body, up to the crown of the head. And then the conception vessel, same thing. Well, okay, the governing vessel begins in the pelvic cavity and it ascends from here to the kidney. An internal branch descends and emerges at the perineum and passes through the tip of the coccyx. Ascending along the middle of the spinal column, it reaches the head to penetrate into the brain. The main branch continues over the top of the head and descends across the forehead and nose to end inside the upper gum. So as I read more, let's just sit up tall. You can hinge at the hips forward and come down to that block. You can rest your elbows on the block if you want. Adjust it for the best height for you. If it doesn't bother your back, feel free to round the spine and tuck the chin and really just flex the spine and allow your body to relax here, allowing the spine to round. Relax the inner thighs, relax the kneecaps, so that we can really get into the inner thighs. But we're also mainly trying to target the back here because that governing vessel runs down the spine. And the conception vessel um, basically runs on the same line. The main part of it is the same line, but down the front of the body. And it actually begins in the pelvic cavity, emerges at the perineum between the anus and external genitalia, and runs forward across the pubic region. It ascends along the midline of the abdomen, chest, and throat into the lower jaw, where it penetrates internally to encircle the lips and send a branch to the eyes. And then as you're relaxing here, I'm just going to read a little paragraph out of the book talking about these meridians a little bit more. It says the meridian system is made up of 12 regular meridians that correspond to each of the 5 yin and 6 yang organs, and to the pericardium, which is what we worked at the last video, which for the purposes of meridian theory is an independent organ. These are sometimes called Jing meridians. There are also 8 extra meridians, only 2 of which, the governing vessel and the conception vessel, which is what we're working today, are considered major meridians. This is because they have independent points, points that are not also on any of the 12 regular meridians. The paths of the other extra meridians all intersect with these 12 meridians and have no independent points of their own. There are also many small, finer, net-like minor meridians called luo meridians. The 12 regular meridians, along with the governing and conception meridians, are the 14 major meridians. And as of today, I've talked about all of those. They are minor meridians, and are the warp and woof of the body. Meridian theory assumes that disorder within a meridian generates derangement in the pathway and creates disharmony along that meridian, or that such derangement is a result of a disharmony of the meridian's connecting organ. A disorder in the stomach meridian, for example, may cause an upper toothache because the meridian passes through the upper gums, while a lower toothache may be the result of a disorder of the large intestine meridian. Pain in the groin may easily result from a liver meridian disorder as from a disorder of the liver itself. That's why if you've ever gotten acupuncture, you get needles put in your feet or fingers, but yet it's for your back. And you're like, what? This doesn't make sense. Because they put the needles in uh, points along those meridians. All right, go ahead and rise up, straighten out the spine, take a deep breath in, let a long breath out. And we'll bring our feet together and come down to our knees. Here's where you might want your blanket under your knees. And from here, we're going to come into camel, which is controversial in the yin world. Some people think it is not a yin pose. I will say it is not my favorite pose, but it is considered a yin pose. So you'll come up onto your knees. I really need a camera person. And you can take your hands behind your lower back and really press your hips forward. Then your elbows will go back. Your chin can stay tucked to your chest, or to access um, that meridian that I was just talking about, the conception vessel, it runs down the neck. So you can let your chin fall back and then touch your tongue to the roof of the mouth. That's another pressure point in there. So really press your tongue to the roof of the mouth behind the top teeth. Pressing your hips forward, arching back. Try to relax the back here as much as you can. If you're super flexy and you want to reach down for your heels, you can do that. Just keep pressing the hips forward. And focus on pulling up at the pelvic floor. Really activating those muscles here and kind of activating the channel at the same time. If your neck starts to hurt, you can just bring that chin back to your chest. You got 5 more breaths here. And then come out nice and slow. We always enter and exit nice and slow. Come down into a little rounded back child's pose here, just folding over your knees together. You can make fists and just stack your fists and rest your forehead down on your fists if you want. And then we're going to roll over to our back. Give your knees a hug when you get there. And then let your knees fall over to the right. So your whole body, actually, you're going to hold on to your knees, and your whole body and your knees are going to fall over to the right, curling up on your right side like you're going to sleep there. Then take your left arm out behind you. Maybe the elbow touches, maybe the shoulder touches. You can extend that left arm out. The right hand can rest on your left knee if you want, or it can be out to the side. You can turn your head to the right or to the left. Just taking a gentle supine twist here. Try to relax the back body, relax the middle cavity of the body. Then bring the left arm back across the body over to the right, curling up like you're going to sleep there on the right side. Take a deep breath in. Open your mouth and make a ha sound out. And holding onto your knees, we'll roll to the other side, curling up like we're going to sleep there. Take the right arm behind you. Reach that right shoulder to the ground. Turn the head one way or the other. Soften the middle part of your body. And relax the shoulders toward the mat. And bring that right arm back across your body, over to the left. When you get there, take a deep breath in, long breath out. And roll back to your back. Give your knees a final hug, curl up into a tight ball, and then relax down into Shavasana, final resting pose. Take 3 long, slow breaths here, relaxing the body with each exhale, letting go. And stay here for 3 to 5 more minutes if you can. And I will see you tomorrow for another video. Hope you have a beautiful day or night. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.